Right, okay, just made a quick audio check there. Make sure everything's working. Lovely, okay, so now everything's working all fine, so good to do. So today, we're doing a lovely little flight down from Lille to Nantes. So just quickly entering all the details. So flight number today is EC1719. They're departing from LFQQ, and what is Nantes? It is LFRS. I'm entering that in the wrong column. LFRS. There you go. Lovely. So we've been given an alternate of any kind, or are we sticking with that one? Sticking with that one. Okay, and I'm gonna let it do the altitude as auto, because I don't trust the VAMSs, who are the company obviously do it. So I'm gonna quick. There you go. The aircraft's loaded in. You won't hear it yet. I'll just let you know. It's a lovely little A320. Lille Airport's fantastically small. So what else? So it's an A320. Yeah. Not obviously, and then our call sign today is, I've learned this since last looking it up. EJU is not easy. It's Alpine or Alpine. So I'm going to stick with Alpine for today. I'm not sure how you say it. It depends. So it's Alpine 803 Juliet. Obviously, I mean, I might actually go with voice audio today. See if I can get it working. Good. Okay, I can get the display capture up now. There it is. So, first things first, obviously get everything set up. So, I'm just going to quickly go on to here and click refresh, because it should pick up my booked flight. It has. Lovely. Reasonably short flight today. I'm not going to put in, obviously, what cruising altitude I'm at yet. Passengers with 165, which is not full. And cargo is 1.0. So the cost index should be about 25. I don't know. I mean, this is reckoning 15 for Easyjet, and VAMS's is reckoning 8. But, you know, it's never correct, is it? They might very well use 8 in real life, but, you know. And then I want to find the METAR. So LFQQ, it is 100 at 5 knots, so it's got that bang on at runway 08. I will check the charts in a minute once I get them up. And LFRS, for some reason which deleted, which is 260. So again, 21, it's bang on. So let's just quickly submit that then. I've let it up to do auto actually. Let's put the desktop audio on there. You won't actually hear anything actually, but you know, just doing it anyway. Unfortunately for me, the AirAC cycle runs out tomorrow, so I'm going to have to update all these planes. That's when the AirAC cycle runs out, but never mind. Well, it's given me an insanely long route for no reason. I didn't look at the route before doing it, did I? Because I'm silly. Oh well. 270 this has given me, which seems a lot more sensible for this kind of route. There's no way I mean, I'll have a look at what they use in real life, but I don't think it's that. So it was, what is it? EJU 803 Juliet. If I type that, it should come up with, there you go, EC1719 on flight radar. EC1719. Here you go, U21719. I found the flight. It takes roughly an hour. And they... Whoa, no, it's right. They cruise at 19,000. You what? Now, that flight there did 25,000. This one did 25,000. 25,000. So, one of them did 19,000. All the others did 25,000. So... I'm going 27,000, and then also the new route, which I think is insanely long. Actually, you know what? I'm editing that. It's a silly route. I didn't look through the route. That's the only thing I didn't look at. I want a star on the arrival. Here you go. I've just found a much better route. Better still, I've found an even shorter one. That's the one we'll be using then. I want to generate the OFP again now. And it'll give me a bit of a more accurate route with SIDS and stars on both sides. I've shaved a good couple of miles off the flight. So that's taken the flight time down from an estimated 1 hour to... What's it taking it down to? Let's have a look. I want to have a look. What's it taking it down to? It's taking it down to 58 minutes. So not a lot. But it does mean we have a star on... The SIDS/star on either end. It's put the cruise down to 180. Whoa! 180. Why? Alright, I'm sticking with 190 then. If that's what it thinks, I seriously think that's too low, but, you know. We're on Vatsim, so let's go ahead and put the route in again. And that's the same route, I think, that we were given in the first place, wasn't it? Yeah, that's saying we need to be at flight level 190 at DPE. And this route goes via DPE, that's why. Is the route goes via a waypoint. When we need to be like that, basically. That's why. So we'll start the flight there. You'll hear the Easyjet crew, obviously. UJU, of course, I'm just entering it into here. It is UJU something. 803 Juliet. A320. I'm going to click the right A320 and then connect. So, and then our flight plan is from LFQQ down to LFRS. I can type. Alternate today is LFBD, which is Bordeaux. This reckons our takeoff time is 1800 UTC. I agree with that. So it's 58 minutes flight today. The fuel we're going to have on board is going to be 2 hours and 21. Cruise speed of about 400. 395 this is saying. So I'll say 400 because I know obviously that counts winds and stuff, which we won't have. So that's it there. Text only will keep, and I've just filed that now. So now it's all filed. We need to get the VAT France charts up that I have. So where are they? There they are. And they have a lovely website, VAT France, where you just type in where you want the charts for at the top, and they'll tell you, which I really like. So LFQQ is obviously where we're looking at for now. And then we want SID off 08. And there you go. That's the coding table. That's the coding table. Oh yeah, it even says there RNAV code, which is a bit stupid of me. Right, so there's two of these. Oh, that's just a different one. So this is it here. This is the charts that we need to be at, and I'll also have a look at the coding tables because obviously it's useful. Checklist. Let's get them fired up now, but I won't start it yet. Everything's open and ready for servicing, so let's go ahead and get GSX in there. So request boarding. We use Avia partner here. And passengers 165 today. Avia partner, there you go. It recognised that that's what we need anyway. Let's say if it all fails, just use the default basically. 165, cargo is 1. And block fuel today, oh if I can find it, is 6.351. It only lets me put up to 6.35, so I'll do that. So there you go, lovely. So that's all the load in that. So let's go ahead and do the cockpit preparation checklist while I prep this.
Cockpit preparation checklist.
Engine master.
Both off.
Engine mode selector.
Check normal.
Parking brake.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Ecam recall.
Checked.
Putting all this in
Anti-skid.
quickly.
On.
Emergency lights.
Checked and armed.
No smoking signs.
On.
Air condition.
Checked.
Ventilation panel.
Is checked.
Fuel pumps.
Set on.
Bed ears.
Checked.
Checklist complete.
Looks like they haven't got a ILS down there, so we'll take the RNAV down in LFRS, which is obviously Nantes. So they go from ABB. We're taking R50 onto H20. It should pick up some restrictions here via DPE. That's correct. Onto A5. This is weird how short these things are. So via LGL to... Okay, so it's picked up not allowed on there.
Thank you. Morning.
Morning.
So this is picking up something slightly different to what I originally thought of.
Thank you.
This is saying we go as far as a place called LGL. It's weird 'cause I'm running the latest... It hasn't picked up some of the airways, I think, is what's happened here. So from LGL, which is at the end of A5, via A5, yeah, okay, so I'm just continuing A5 from there to Valax. And it's insert that into there.
I'm doing good.
Lovely. And there you go, there I find the rest of them. I think that's what it is, a DPE. I think there's a restriction maybe or something, I'm not really sure, but that's obviously what got put in before. There's nothing registered on here, but you know. So there should be no discounts to sort out. Yep, one there. 198 miles of flight today. Not bad.
Morning.
So I just need to enter in all the info. So no, I always put in flats of what 5 obviously, because it's one of those things. It's a bit confusing. This plane's very different to the other one. You don't need to do nearly as much fiddling around with the plane. So this thing is all ready, and we just need to close the doors once they're done with us. There's no ATC in the area. I can see LFQQ here. No ATC. Let's have a look at the charts to make sure they're all correct. So ABB here. There's nothing here I can see on the chart, and if we have a look at the ABB, this is the 6R. That's the only way it's showing me, unfortunately. And there you go, minimum altitude, max altitude. No restrictions whatsoever. So, no restrictions at all. So I'll cross off the coding table, I'll keep that open just until after we take off. I also need the ground charts, which appear to be quite hard to get, I think. There's a ton of, there you go, I think this is it, airport docking chart. It's referred to as APDC, which is obviously not. And I found the airport chart, there it is. So at the moment, I'm not sure which parking bay we're in. Looks like we're in the middle one. So terminal. That sounds pretty correct. And we're going off 08 today. So taxiing out and then all the way along Papa to 06. And that's it. So it's nice and simple. We'll set the initial altitude in there, which should be straight to 19,000, shouldn't it? I'll make sure I started the smart cars and all that. I have. Good. Don't want that going wrong, which it often can. It often can go wrong.
Morning.
Morning.
So, as we hear all the people going on, they're the loudest people on Earth. What I'm going to quickly do, I think I'm going to change the FPS settings. There you go, I'm back. The stream will have paused, I think, a little bit there. I can have a really close like this.
Hello. Thank you.
There you go, I'm back. The Yeah, it did pause. It appears I was trying to put it up to 60 to get rid of the lag. That's actually made it worse. So I'll just stop again and then start again with the lower FPS setting. Right, there you go. Done it a lot more smoothly than before. Right, there you go. Done it a lot more smoothly than... Lovely, yeah, it's all working. So it's a bit of a shame that, I mean, I would like to run it on 60, but sometimes with some games it can make it go faster. Some, obviously, it has the opposite effect. This one, it appears to have the opposite effect on, unfortunately, which means that I was already in the best setting for the game. Okay, so all the doors are shutting now. I know they can be buggy. There you go. They're shut finally. Which means that this thing can now start doing all its whatever. So we need to go ahead and tune. There's no ATC or anything.
All passengers are aboard.
So what? There you go. There's a little notice to tell us
Before
to
start
the
checklist.
checklist. So 122.8. Pop that in
Windows
there.
and doors.
Closed and locked.
APU.
Okay, so the APU is going to
Set
start.
on.
APU bleed.
Well, there, the APU is going to start firing up. While it does that, we're just going to examine today's route. I'm looking at it here. Very smooth arrival in, which is good, even though it's on an RNAV and not an ILS, but, you know, no one cares. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's a little bit laggy, but, you know, it's okay. I think I found GSX can make the recording lag a bit. I found that. That can happen. It's not, when I'm in the air, it has got better, definitely. But for some reason it did want us to stay at 190. Right, where on earth is... There you go, it's almost open. Let's get these seatbelts on and ready.
Set on.
External power.
Disconnected and off.
Cabin signs.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
On.
Bearer reference.
Checked.
Go ahead and get this up.
1013.
1.
Right, while they're doing that, I want to go right, I think. Yeah. I'm not sure if it really matters. So there you go, they've finished their checklist, which means that it's time for us to push back this lovely plane on its way to Nantes. So...
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Is it ready for pushback, is it? So I'll go back on to sim brief now for now. Actually, I'll stay on the live control. I made an effort to try and stay on the live control
Locking
page.
gear.
I always go back to sim brief, but I don't even get why, because it doesn't make any difference. Just refresh VATS by quickly. How's the traffic down in Nantes looking? Literally just me at the moment, no one else, so...
Departure check completed. Bypass bin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Rip, I think... Well, no, that was actually arming the spoilers, I can arm the spoilers.
Parking brakes
There
released.
you go.
All engines clear. Start at will.
There you go. Engine
Starting
2 first.
engine 2.
Normally I think it's engine 2 first, isn't it? I don't know, I'm not an expert. I'm meant to be, but I'm not. Doesn't matter. Oh well. I enjoy flying anyway. So today's flight time should be about an hour. Not too bad. Roughly the average for these streams, isn't it? There goes the announcement. So the audio is so much louder with this Vezy than it is with the V Ryanair smart cars. Because I can actually
Engine 2
hear it.
is stabilized.
Starting number 1.
There you go, get one up now. Also this one, there's none of the faff of introducing fuel and all that. So there you go, this thing's all pushing itself back nicely. Let's get into flaps 5 actually. Ready for when they do have to take off. So that's flaps 5 in there. What else do we need? So ground spoilers are done. Let's just do a quick check there. Oh yeah, auto brakes set, and that's it. I mean, really they should do this once we're taxiing, but I like to do it all myself.
Engine 1 is stabilized.
Just to say I have had some part in flying the plane, you know. See, we're pushing ourselves back. There you
Set
go.
parking brakes.
Parking brakes are
set.
set.
I said it exactly the same time as he said it. But you know, I do like flying this A320. It's a very nice little plane. Also, I've decided I think when it comes into the holidays, have holiday time, you know, I'd like to start doing a stream. Like this first stream will be like on I think a Thursday morning. I'm planning Thursday morning. I'm gonna do a nice long flight.
Unlocking gear.
Nice long sort of 2 hour 20-minute flight or something. I don't know. Maybe a 4
Tow
hour
truck
flight.
disconnected. Bypass
Maybe a
pin
4 hour
inserted.
flight out to the Canaries. We'll
After
see.
start checklist.
We're gonna start doing their checklists then.
Set.
APU bleed.
Set off.
APU master.
Set off.
Ground spoilers.
Checked and armed.
Rudder trim.
Checked 0.
Pitch trim.
Checked.
Flight controls.
Right, time to do the flight
Left is
controls.
clear. Right is clear.
So,
Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Check. Flaps.
lovely.
Flaps 1.
Anti-ice.
Off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
ECAM door page.
Checked.
Hand signal.
Received.
Checklist complete.
Okay, some taxi. Just need to tighten up my throttle quadrant a little bit more. There you go, lovely. There's actually an Easyjet in the air at the moment. But now getting away from the area, and the GSX has despawned.
Taxiing checklist.
Oh, no, mine's been interrupted.
No slide.
Set on.
Brake check.
Pedal pressed. Checked 0.
Check. Auto brakes.
Max.
Takeoff data.
Reviewed.
FCU.
Checked.
Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. TO config.
Checked no blue.
Checklist complete.
Okay, there you go, lovely. So we're now taxiing towards the runway. Nice slow sort of speed. Right, time for our cabin announcement now. Hello and welcome on board flight Easyjet flight 1719 down to Nantes. We hope you enjoy your flight. Today on board we have some lovely selection of crisps and all the other sort of stuff that Easyjet like to sell. Flight time today should be about 1 hour, cruising at just 19,000 feet due to restriction on the airway. So thank you so much for choosing Easyjet, and we hope you enjoy this flight. There you go, that's about it. I don't actually need to make an announcement, I just like to because it's funny. But you know, whatever, I don't care if I made it wrong, I don't really care. I mean, I'm not going to go to the extent of like learning it in French and all that, but, you know. Well, no, we should try doing that for a special stream. It's like, do it in the languages of all the past. I don't know, that probably ends up offending people because I'd be so rubbish at speaking their language. It would. I think we're going to go to the end. It looks like a reasonably short runway, so yeah, we are going to go to the end. It's a reasonably long taxi then, but not too long, obviously. I can still hear those Kuiper in the background. I looked. There's quite a lot of traffic round, like ATC wise, round London, like the London Centre. But I decided to avoid that. There's actually a lot on at the moment. Obviously, if say Eurotrop, I mean the only people control is with the French Centre. I don't know why I just slowed down then, but you know. The runways here are very weird. They're like, both of them are like general aviation runways. They're not proper runways, I think. Because this is not a particularly big airport. I mean, you can probably tell, can't you? But, you know. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, you can tell it's a small airport when the taxiway runs out and you're just left with this. Didn't say that on the charts, did it? Oh, there's a little X's there to mention that there are no taxiway markings. There. I'm just checking there's no changes. Have there been any changes? Nope. So am I going to cross the ground shot off, go back to the live control room and start the full takeoff checklist?
Flight attendants, seats for takeoff. Before takeoff checklist.
Brake temperature.
Checked.
Brake fans.
Off.
Engine mode selector.
Checked normal.
TCAS.
TARA, tilt above.
Exterior lights.
Set on.
Sliding tables.
Stowed.
Stowed. Checklist complete.
Okay, right, go straight onto the runway now. LFQQ traffic, take off. Runway 08. Lovely. Okay, that's all of that done. So it's just move my chair over to where I sit next to my yoke, so that I can control the throttle properly and fly this plane out of Lille. So just change that so it's 10 nautical miles. Back on the centre line, that is. Okay, 40%. Good.
Take off.
Toga.
Man, toga and SRS.
Check.
Off we go. Yes, it is FSX. Whoa, this runway is bumpy. Look at the plane. It's like bump, bump, bump. It's constant. Never mind. There's 100
Checked.
knots. Cut off with V1. There it is.
Rotate.
Rotate. Lovely. And there you go.
Positive climb.
Positive climb. And
Gear up.
gears going up.
Gear up.
Navigation.
Check.
So start making that turn now. Actually, it's a very sharp turn, that one.
Gears up. Lights off.
And there you go. This plane now starts to want me to pitch it down a bit so it can gain speed.
Flap 0.
There you
Speed
go.
check. Flap 0.
No, I might get X-Plane. I don't know. I think I like FSX. Got nice planes on it, you know. FSX has got slightly better in terms of support for a
Climb
lot of
thrust.
add-ons, particularly with the virtual add-ons
The
that
after
fly.
takeoff
Right, there you
checklist.
go.
Autopilot
Autopilot's
on.
going in, and we can let this thing sit around
Check
now.
normal.
Spoilers.
Disarmed.
Flaps.
Check retracted.
Landing gear.
Gear up. Lights off.
Exterior lights.
Set off.
Tax.
Both on.
Anti-ice.
Off.
TCAS.
Checked.
Altimeter.
1013.
1013. Checked. Checklist complete.
But there you go. Right, okay. Just do a quick status check on the aircraft. Make sure it's all working. We want that to be working, obviously. It wouldn't be great if it wasn't working. Put it that way. Oh, just hit our transition altitude. They didn't actually put that over the checklist, which is a bit silly. but luckily I noticed it. It just wants us to climb to cruise level now. Make sure it's good. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's about it for the takeoff. We just need to sort of obviously landing lights at 10,000 and all that, but oh yeah, how busy is Nantes now? So it's still oh, there's another plane that's flashed up. Where are they coming from? They're coming from over in Ibiza, so they're not gonna really be anywhere near us because Ibiza's a longer flight. So even if they set off now, I'll still be there first. Okay, so put that up to 40 nautical miles so I can see where I'm going. Well, I can see where the plane wants to go. Obviously, it's automatic flight, isn't it? I just saw a little. I saw a little airfield or something down there. Ah, that's what it is. It's a bridge. Well, it's a little bridge. I like that. They model bridges. It's actually quite nice. I was flying over by the Bristol Channel into Bristol, and I mentioned it on the stream. It was a stream I did. Was it 2 weeks ago? Where we did the stream where I went from. What was it now? Liverpool to Knock to Bristol. That stream. And they modelled the Severn Bridge, but they hadn't modelled any of the other road. It looked really silly. It's like, why would you do that? Oh, past 10k. I think once we've evened out and we're going straight, I'll turn off the seatbelts. That's only once we're actually heading straight on. Yeah, we've finished this little turn we're doing. At the moment we've got an Easyjet. Oh, that's got to be a mistake, right? Somebody in the area is a Ryanair with an A318. What on earth? A Ryanair with an A318? That makes no sense. Well, it's actually registered as an A321 in my sim, but it's an A318 in there. Still, Ryanair don't fly that. There you go, seatbelts are going off. Because we've evened out now. Well, there you go, that's all that done then. Also, I suspect we'll be cruising actually for quite a while, because normally for flights like this, I'd be up at something like 27,000 feet, but there's obviously a restriction for the airways we're going on, and I've looked obviously on Flight Radar, and I have confirmed that when they do this route in particular, there is a restriction, and they should use flight level 190. So. Oh yeah, I can get rid of the Lille charts. I will get back up the Nantes charts once we're cruising. I'll have a look to make sure this thinks we are cruising at 19,000. We are good. Because sometimes obviously that can go wrong. Yeah, this is probably the lowest I've ever cruised for a flight that's 300 miles. Yeah, there's a first time for everything. I mean, you still can't say we're low down, is there? I mean, we're up at like 19,000 feet. That's quite high. Okay, so at the moment we're just sort of sitting here. Not a lot to do at the moment, is there? I mean, once you get above the clouds, it's a case of, you know, chat to whoever wants to chat in the streams and all that, but nothing more. Right, let's put the TCAS into that position now. I know it wants to do it itself all the time, but I'm doing it. Are there only any flights on our route anyway? There's ours. There's a BA that looks like it's that's going to get there before us anyway. See if any traffic's going to pop up on our radar. Aside from that ridiculous Ryanair plane, it's like it's so stupid. Why would you fly an A318? You don't, do you? Like you don't fly an A318 for Ryanair. I don't know why they always like to open that. It really annoys me though. I don't know whether they do it I don't think they do it in real life. Like, I've watched an Easyjet documentary and that's not how it works. I do like this lovely Easyjet livery that they have. very nice. Obviously, we're supposed to be flying an Austrian registered one today, but they don't actually do the repaints for them. It's the same repaint, but you know. So I just pick one at random. So nice little plane. I think this one. They're all the same, obviously, in terms of livery. They've got a couple of special ones, like a Europe car livery. So if you want to try that out sometime, it'd be nice. Oh, there's actually a Boeing 737-800 in the area. LS. That's Jet 2, as far as I'm aware, isn't it? LS. What's really strange is I can't see that in my sim. I can't see that plane in my sim. So it must have just loaded in or something. Like, I honestly cannot see it in my sim. There's the BA up ahead. I can see the BA. That's the BA that's heading to Heathrow. But I can't see the... Oh, there it is. LS672. I mean... That's weird. They've used a... they must be new because they haven't left any remarks or anything. But it's also so weird that they're using the 2-letter call sign. On Vatsim, you're supposed to use the 3-letter call sign. The 2-letter one is for the passengers, and then the 3-letter one is for the people, you know, flying it. Okay, that's actually. Let's just quickly check the charts now. So scroll all the way up to the top of the page, and then type in LFRS. Lovely, it's taking me straight there. So we want star all runways. That's the only one it has. I'll have a look at the ground chart as well. So the stars, we're coming in on. I'll recognise it when I see it. Begins with a V. I don't see it anywhere, which is weird. I'm running the latest AirAC, so that's obviously not possible. I don't see it on the chart. Let's have a look at the coding table, if it's got one. Has it got a coding table? It might not. I mean, it should, but, you know. Yeah, what's it called? It's called the Valax. That's it, Valax. Or Valax, I don't know. That's what I'm looking for. There it is, I missed it. There you go, Valax. There it is, literally going to Nedan, and there's a holding pattern. Which obviously that's controlled by ATC, so no restrictions basically. Straight to Nedan from Valax, and then on to the ILS. So that's no, not ILS. So it's an RNAV. There is no ILS. Does make me wonder why you need a. But this is the ground chart here. So we're coming on to 1. Was the plan 2-1? Yeah. Yeah. Good. So we come in there. It's vacate on one of those runways and head towards the. I've been to Nantes once before. I did a BA flight down there in another stream a couple of months ago now, actually. In terms of route, in terms of gates, stands unknown. Handler is Elysia. That's what they want as a handler. Aside from that, got literally nothing in terms of that. The RNAV approach, it's giving me here. So we're coming in from... Oh, so these are SIDS. I looked at the wrong one. I'm positive that said RNAV. It does. It's runway 21 RNAV, but it's giving me the SIDS for that runway. Oh, it's because it says SID RNAV, which is a bit strange. So where's the approach for the RNAV then? It's not there. Don't think it's there somehow. This is it here, maybe? No, that's a data chart. Okay. There's RNAV things here, but they're the SIDS. I don't know since when an RNAV was a SID, but, you know. Okay, it looks like there's nothing. There's no other charts to look at apart from the ground one. So, you know. How have we got it cruise? As I thought, it's quite long. 186 miles. It's pretty long. It does make me wonder why they cruise at this altitude, but they do it in real life. For some reason, they cruise at this altitude. I can't understand it, but, you know, that's just it, I guess. So I'm just going to move on now via Vatsim to LFRS. Actually, no, I won't yet, because I can't see myself there yet. fuel's gone down quickly. No, we've still got enough. It was on 6 points. When we left, that read 6.351. No, 6.350 it would be. That's what it would have read. How have we used 1.2 tons of fuel? That's nuts. These things get through so much fuel. I've only been in the air 13 minutes. I mean, that includes taxiing as well, but still. Nuts, isn't it? Nuts. And then there is at the RNAV, it's like a case of 3,000 or above, and then 3,000, then land. So it's 9,000 from where you have to be at 3,000. No, not 9,000. I was going to say 9,000 miles. No, 9 miles. Go around altitude is 4,000 or above. And that's it. So, nice to do a bit of Easyjet flying. That was the idea, to do a little bit of Easyjet flying. So, but in the air, this is saying 13 minutes 26 seconds. The Airbus is saying 14 minutes, and that was pressed by. So this they must obviously like interpret it a bit differently then. Obviously, we need a smooth landing for this one. Obviously, it being a one that's actually like, I think it's over 600, it gets rejected. It should be like, of all the flights I've done with the virtual Ryanair on stream. The one I did when I landed at Dusseldorf Weeze, that one, it was a bit debatable. Like, it could have, if it had taken the soft landing I did, then it would have been fine. But it took the harder impact before a little bounce, which was rejected. That was rejected, the one in Weeze. And then ever since then, all of them have been good. I've even done a couple of butters. So, I'm getting better at landing, I'll say that. I used to be rubbish at landing. On here, I think there are just little checklists. It's not much though. It's not really any checklists at all. It's just like little reminders almost. Look out the window there. The scenery's not like realistic, but I like it. I don't know what. There's a certain. I just like the scenery. I think it's nice. Nice scenery. So 221 miles, and this is saying 226, which means we're only actually adding 5 miles onto our journey, which is pretty amazing. So if I go direct, this should say 221, right? It's actually saying 219. This has now gone down to 220, so it's a little bit. There's a flight actually that's just come up on our TCAS. It's descending just in front of us. Here you go. I can't find it. It's just ahead of us apparently. I think it's this Air France here. Oh yeah, because it's 2 minutes off. So it is this Air France. It's heading into Paris. It's just descending now. So I won't come close enough to it because it's descending now. It is quite busy, this area of France at the moment. There's quite a few planes around. Spain now just fired up. They've got Madrid Wednesday on, and that would have just started now. So Spain gets massively fired up on Madrid on Wednesdays. So I think it's 7 to 9, I think it is, or 7 to 10, something like that. Oh, there you go. Speaking of that Air France, they've just put a blank. Why do people keep putting blank messages on vPilot? They keep doing that. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, is that supposed to mean something? Just a little dot in it, or a blank message? Is that supposed to mean something? I don't know, I'm not a pro, as I've mentioned many times. There you go. My headset, honestly, it doesn't, I don't know, it keeps falling off my head and causing my hair to feel weird. I'll try again. There you go. I think I've got it on good now, but it's not going to annoy my hair. Lovely. I'm just going to check it hasn't messed up the audio now. That happened, I think, on a stream. I'm positive it actually happened. There you go. I think I've got it on good now, but it's not going to annoy my hair. Lovely. Okay. Because it did happen. I think I was taking off in the Dash 8. I noticed just the takeoff from when I pushed back with GSX to GSX deleting and me being about halfway through the taxiing. The audio was a bit weird. It sounded odd, but it was very weird because it was like almost bang on with where GSX started and finished its like voice commands. So I was wondering maybe that was the cause. But I had a look at other streams. It didn't happen. It sounded almost like my voice had a cold, and the guy with GSX also had a cold. Like, that shouldn't happen. I mean, I don't know how computer voices can get colds, but I mean, it causes it somehow. I can now move on V-Pilot a little bit. There you go. I now have Nantes in my view. So let's just check. Not the meta, but the airport details is what I want. So it shows here there's a flight from Nice that hasn't left yet. That flight from Ibiza, and then me. The flight from Ibiza is also an Easyjet, but we should be getting in about 25 minutes before the Ibiza flight. The Nice one, that's a very short flight, so I think it all depends on when he takes off at that point. Because Nice is a very short flight, so I think it's like 40 minutes maybe. So if it departs about like in the next 5 minutes, it might be a bit close. But after that, no chance of actually having some company when we land. As I consider it's an online network, especially like when there's no ATC or no people around, it can really feel like you're just basically playing offline. There's no difference. Yeah, V-Pilot, no, not V-Pilot, sorry, Smart Cars is copying our flight all good. This reckons we're half hour away from arrival. What does the Airbus reckon? I know the Airbus can get it wrong. In fact, it always gets it wrong. This is saying 33 minutes at the moment. What's the average on this route then? Because I've done the same route actually. It turns out I've done an identical route to what was recommended by Vezy. And that is an average of 1 hour and 4. So that's the average you need to try and beat, is 1 hour and 4. I don't know, that should be reasonably easy, right? Maybe. Possibly. Not sure. We'll have a look. We'll see. So this stream will probably end up being slightly longer than the other streams we've done at night recently. How long we've got left at cruise? Honestly, this cruise is so long because of how low we were doing it. It's like 125 miles. So I don't know why you need to cruise so low. I can assume, I think the reason might be, is looking at all the traffic going overhead. If I'd been a little bit higher, I would have, like, ended up annoying, basically getting in the way of all the planes descending from the UK and Ireland and Northern Europe and parts of America into Charles de Gaulle. All of them. Like, the approach into Charles de Gaulle is over that area. So if I'd gone all the way up to, say, 360 or whatever, well, actually no, what it recommended at the start, which would have been perfect for this sort of flight, about 270, is what would have happened is I would have ended up crashing into, on a busy day, in real life this is, obviously it's not as busy in Vatsim, but in real life, it would have resulted in, you know, me getting in the way. But with this, down at 19,000, I'm not going to get in the way of any busy, because I'm so low. So I think that's probably the reason behind why I have to go quite low. I mean, it's just a guess, I don't know for certain. But, you know. So, here we are at the moment. 19,000. So, yeah, we'll see if we can get a nice smooth landing. I'm hoping for a smooth landing, you know? Hoping for a smooth landing. That's implying that it'll most likely not be a smooth landing. About my mic, because it seems to pick up sound from nowhere. Like right now, when I make no, like I'm just silent. At most, it picks up a tiny little bit. What's that need to pick it up? So I wonder. I don't know. The desktop audio is pretty good. It seems to be very hovering around exactly the right place I want it. There you go. Try limiting it a little bit, maybe. When I do that, does it still mute? It does, yeah. So I want it to be about there, maybe, I think. Roughly, yeah. I need to learn that from games. I mean, generally not flight sim, but, you know, other games as well. That can happen. Let's have a look at that then. Is that better? Roughly, yeah. I need to learn that from games. I mean, generally not flight sim, but, you know, that's better, yeah, you can hear me more. I need to keep that. I don't know why I didn't do that way sooner. Like, it's literally as simple as moving one little bar on OBS, and then you can hear me over the game clearly, which means that hopefully YouTube subtitles will be able to understand me. You never know. Everything's possible. Something as simple. I don't know. YouTube subtitles is not great. Try this. Like, try watching a song. Like, listening to a song on YouTube that has subtitles. What it comes up with is hilarious. It's completely different to the song normally, unless it's been written by somebody specifically. It's normally pretty rubbish. The subtitle, yeah, it's quite funny. Okay, that flight from Nice has not left yet, so we're going to be there ahead of it, and definitely there ahead of the Ibiza plane. So I think we'll have Nantes to ourselves, unless we take a particularly long time there, and that flight from Ibiza we're able to catch landing, possibly. How long have we actually got left at cruise then? Still 94 miles. It's funny this. It's like I've never spent this long at cruise before. Like when it's like such a low altitude. Normally, if you're flying on a flight that's this low at altitude, you're prepared for it to be a short flight. Like I was cruising, what was it now? 21 minutes ago, basically. And we're still a good bit off, you know, finishing our cruise. If there's no way that's right. We started our flight 27 minutes ago, and this is telling me that it's been 21 minutes since we started cruising. And between me leaving and it was only 6 minutes. How did it only take 6 minutes to climb? That's crazy. I mean, I know it was a bit of a lower cruising altitude, which is probably why, but still. Also, I know you can hear my chair. I've mentioned it in a lot of streams. I wish this chair did not make this noise, but I've tried it. It doesn't make any difference. So, you know, it's unfortunate. There's honestly not much to talk about right now, is there? Just like, it would be nice if I had more people in the chat, though. Like, it gives you something to talk about, doesn't it? I don't know. Scenery is definitely nicer. I like the scenery. Heading away from the channel now, actually. We're gonna make like any turns or anything interesting. No. Nothing interesting on this flight, is there? A Ryanair on Unicom just put in... There you go, that's giving us something to talk about. Is why on earth has this guy just done that? This Ryanair plane just, like, he just put in the... Like, the pilots just put in the chat, a V pilot, the Unicom, I mean, like the Vatsim Unicom. How can I help you? To everybody. That's on Unicom. So it's in every pilot on Vatsim that isn't on the ATC network. Why? People on Vatsim are so random. Oh, there you go. That speaking of another thing, that flight from Nice just got off. What sort of plane is it? I mean, like, it's a flight from Nice and it's not something I recognise. It's a 737. Oh, it's a shorter flight than I thought then. Shorter flight than I thought. Still 431 miles remaining. I thought it was long. I thought it was quite a short flight. I mean, Nice. That's the south of France to the north of France. It's not that far, is it? I didn't think it was. It's further than this flight, somehow. This is from, like, one side of North France to the other side of North France. This one. And that's how this one's working. So at the moment, we're heading past, basically. That's what we're doing. If we can do an update, we can do a cabin update. That's something we haven't done. I just need to turn on airports on here. Unfortunately, I can't do that because V pilot. There you go. It's good now. Let's just turn that on. I'm being silly. I don't know why. I'm thinking, oh dear, I accidentally crossed off V pilot. But no, I mean, oh, there you go. That's spy. There it is. When you minimise it, it does that, which can be annoying. But there you go. So this is it here. So. Right, it's an update from the flight deck. Today we are still cruising at 190 at the moment. We're approximately halfway through northern France. So we've passed the little bit of British Channel that we were passing today. Nothing more than that. So estimated time left on our flight now is about 25 minutes. So yeah, bang on halfway basically. Looking for an overall flight time of between 55 and an hour and 5 minutes by the time we touch down. So we hope you're enjoying your flight and the cabin crew have served you croissants and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. There you go, just comedy announcements. I don't know. What do they serve on Easyjet? I've been on Easyjet once, only once, for one single trip. It was BA there, Easyjet back. So I can't remember it much. I can remember the prices were very good in terms of the food. But I don't think I had any for like, I think I had a hot chocolate and that was it. I think that's all I had. The Cadbury's hot chocolates they do on board planes, they're so nice. If I ever get a chance to have them, I am. I'm flying TUI this summer, so I'm going to be getting the bacon ciabattas they do on TUI, very nice. And then the same thing I can say for Eurowings, they do very nice sandwiches, and Ryanair do a delicious ham and cheese croissant, but they only do it very early in the morning. So, there you go, tips to flying with mad chili. And then just put gone wrong. You know, like, I don't know. I love that joke though. For everything on YouTube, as soon as you put gone wrong in the title, it instantly times the views by about 20. But you know what I mean. It's really silly. No ATC or anything, I see. So it's what, 5 miles to Roland. We burned loads of fuel. Look at that. That fuel, we're getting through it now. 2 tons. We've used 2.1 tons in 34 minutes. Well, 36, 37 if you count the taxi. Just wow. Honestly, these things get through so much fuel. It's unbelievable. 50 miles to the end of cruise. So we're closing on it slowly. Very slowly. Only 113 miles to go until the end of the flight. So that's the good thing about cruising this low, is that when you start descending, there's not long to go until your destination. Speaking of which, let's put this down ready for descent, which is 3,000. Which is where that's what I'm going to put it down to, because that's the well, it's an RNAV today, and I was looking for a chart about that, but there's nothing. The ground chart, I haven't really got much. We've just got land and then go off the runway and then taxi towards the terminal, basically. And that's it. Literally, it's just a terminal. Nothing special. Do they have a docking chart? I didn't look at the docking chart. There's the docking chart. So I think we're looking maybe at gates anywhere between 1 and 4, 1 and 5, I think. There's no actual there's no matter. There's no. Basically, it doesn't matter for us to land anywhere. We can just land where we like, basically. In terms, I mean, not land, I mean park. There's no, it's just stands unknown, it says on the Vezy website, so it doesn't really matter where we park. I'm thinking anywhere between 1 and 5. So we come all the way down Romeo then. All the way down Romeo. And then there's that little bit between Romeo Delta and Romeo Charlie. And we go off at Romeo Delta. And then there are the stands. So I think, yeah, 1 to 4, I think, is the best bet. But, you know, that's enough looking at the charts for that. Now. Oh, the little marker for the descent prep checklist came up now. That basically just means we are under 40 miles to descent, which is true. It's only 37. 100 miles to go, and it's actually, as the crow flies, 100 miles as well. So basically directs to the airport from here. Then, so if I enter in the airport, will it just come up with a straight line? It will. Wow. So we're heading directly towards the airport right now. It's just straight up 98 miles. Straight on from here. So effectively, you could say we're on the ILS already. Look, because we're straight on. Pretty much. We're right on the airport, which is nuts. So a little view maybe around the oh, so this thing doesn't have like an interior cam, but it's still nice. There's a little tail cam. I do like the tail cam. You can get some good views from the tail cam. Shouldn't we can't move around. You've got what other sort of cameras we got? Engine. That's about it really. There's not a lot, is there? I'm not really bothered. There's a TAP Portugal flight. It's much higher than us, but it's really close to us at the moment, actually. Alright, so it's, less than 30 miles to our descent now. Not bad. This flight has still gone quite quickly. How long are we actually into the stream now? So let me check. 1 hour and 7 minutes. Ooh, not bad. Oh yeah, for all the flying that we do with virtual Ryanair, we've got a very nice little thing to do on Saturday. I think the route it's from Manchester, where we landed, up to Belfast, and then down to Stansted. That's the route we'll be doing, so should be pretty nice. Look at the scenery, you can see all the little towns and all that, That's why I like it though, there's a little road down there. I'm not sure what road it is. I'm not an expert on French motorways. The descent now is, it's literally like 77 miles until we land. That's not far, which I'm happy about. It's nice, getting close to landing. It's a reasonably long flight. It's a longer one than the one we did on Wednesday and Friday, and I think most of the ones we've done so far. I'm not sure what the longest one we've ever done on stream is. The longest flight I've physically ever done is 2 hours and 2 minutes, but I think we might be breaking that in the next week. I think we're going to do some flights to Spain. We're going to try and do some Fly 2 basically, which is Fly UK. It's their holiday package airline. And they do some nice little flights out of places like Cardiff.
Descent preparation checklist.
I've been interrupted by myself, the captain. Well, not myself, but you know what I mean. It's the captain.
Off.
Landing information.
Received.
Altimeter.
Standard.
Error radio.
Set.
Checklist complete.
Oh yeah, because it's an RNAV, they've chosen radio, which is quite weird. Well, anyway, there you go. So, right, before they interrupted me, oh yeah, so flying Fly 2 allows you to fly out of smaller airports such as Bristol, Cardiff. You've got Leeds, Bradford, it's basically smaller places, and they allow you to do. They are longer flights. Unfortunately, the shortest one they do is from Cardiff anyway. The shortest one they do overall is from Gatwick and Manchester to Reyes, and that's 2 hours. From Cardiff it's like 2 hours 10 minutes. Bristol I think is about, again, 2 hours 10 minutes. Most of them are 2 hours 10 minutes. The shortest for anywhere in the UK basically, whether it's Glasgow, Belfast, any of them, Leeds, Bradford, it doesn't really matter. Then they fly the 737, so I was thinking maybe about buying a 757, and they do some flights out of Bristol with that, and obviously I think they do some out of Stansted. They also do some cargo ops out of Stansted, so I'd love to do some of that maybe. So I'll have a look into the, I'm not sure which one it is now, but something like that. It'd be lovely. The 757 is very similar to fly compared to the 737, so should be good. Right, I need to initiate the descent now. because it's showing up as 0 miles to descent on my FMC. So we need to wait for the little purple dot, pink dot.
Initiating
pink.
descent.
It's a pink dot, a little pink
FMA
dot.
check.
Radar tilt.
And there it is. So
Set below.
this thing will now start to descend. Well, how far is it now then? Oh, 59 miles. Very nice. So that's how short the descent is. Like 59 miles. It's not that long. So descent via Velax. What's it? The arrival? It's the Velax 1A. For RNAV 21. Let's just check the route. Actually, let's just check the MESAR quickly. We'll fetch it. There it is. It's updated 270. So it's still runway 21 in favour. Actually, I forgot to put at the start of the message. LFRS TFC. I forgot to put that. So I just had to do it afterwards. Bit of a noob mistake there, you know. I'm technically, I don't know. I don't think you can still call me a noob. On Vatsim, I mean, I haven't done it for as long as a lot of other people on it, but I'm not a noob, put it that way. Right, I can see the RNAV approach now appearing on my screen, so that's only 40 miles. So I put that down to the 10 nautical mile point. We need to be slowing down soon for 10,000. That's nuts. We descended quite quickly then. So in total, we're in the air that cruise for 36 minutes, which is ages for a flight that's only 300 miles long. At 12,000, I think that's when I'll do the seat belts. Oh, here you go, we're heading for Velax now, which is the start of the arrival. There's 12,000 basically, so get the seatbelt signs on. So there you go, getting ready to approach. I think I see the airport, there it is. We are making a small little turn at the RNAV, but only by about, what, 10 degrees I think? Not noticeable, even. Okay, there's the slowing down. Get the speed brakes out for that. And then I'll retract them again then. Because we're basically caught up with where we should be. There's 10,000 feet, so it should do the landing lights now, and
Passing
it
10,000 feet.
it might switch on the landing
Lights on.
system. I'm not sure, because obviously it's an RNAV approach, so it might not switch on the landing system. It hasn't. Because obviously it being an RNAV, not an ILS, we don't actually need that button. Because all the nav stuff on this aircraft is done automatically. All of it. As far as I'm aware. Look at that, 33 miles. Not far now. Did I actually put in the transition altitude? I didn't. I didn't actually fill out any of this page. I didn't fill out... Why did I fill out this page, but I filled out all the other things? Transition altitude in France is 5,000. And that's literally it, that's all it is. So the approach speed state is 134. That's obviously expected, isn't it? What's the altitude of the airport? Just wondering, obviously. 87, so not bad. Got a little bell there. That's the approach checklist. We seem really high. Like, I'm only 29 miles away, and I'm getting binged to the approach checklist, and I'm still at 8,000 feet. Like, is it just me, or does that sound like higher than usual? I think that's higher than usual somehow. We're still at quite a high speed at the moment. As long as we're not exceeding, obviously, our speed. Which we're not, which is good. As we're now approaching, it's classed as approaching. I love looking, I don't know why, but I love looking at the little meter counter here and just seeing it tick down. There's like a certain amount of enjoyment. I don't know why I like it, I just do.
Approach checklist.
Oh, there you go, there's the approach checklist going on.
Beacon status.
Checked.
Sliding tables.
Stowed.
Stowed. Cabin signs.
Checked.
Nav accuracy.
Checked.
Bearer reference.
Standard.
Checklist complete.
There you go, it's done that. Didn't actually need to do anything. Actually, thinking about it, I think we are at the right altitude. Because I remember,
Prepare for landing.
I remember when you fly into the UK, where the approach checklist is and where the transition altitude is, they can sometimes clash. Like it could cause them to clash sometimes, which can be a bit weird. Like it does two checklists at once, which like bugs it out sometimes. It goes back to normal, but it can be a bit odd, basically, is what I'm saying. But considering it did it so close together, that's normal. But obviously it would have done it close together here because the transition altitude in France is 5,000, not 6,000 like it is in the UK. I mean, it does vary airport to airport, but it's generally 5,000. I haven't checked it here, which sounds silly, doesn't it? Because I don't know why I haven't checked it. Arrival departure data, is that it there? Nope. Actually, it should say on the SID chart, shouldn't it? It should say on there 5,000. It does say 5,000, so that's lovely that it says 5,000 because it means I've done it right. Oh, there you go. It has switched on a version of the landing system, and they're not even linked. Oh, we've just hit the
Checked.
the decel.
1013.
1013. Speed checked. Flaps 1.
So there's flaps 1. Does it just mean their voice, that person's voice echo then? Wait, why is that not an issue? It's gone out on this side. I don't know. It must be right? Yeah, they look the same on both sides. It's fine. I'm not familiar with this aircraft. Well, I am, but it's to do with this sort of thing. So this thing's obviously halted its descent, so it can get in track with the RNAV's descent path, which is picked up. So that's good. I'm glad it's picked it up, obviously. And there it is. It's just about to pick it up now. So. And then it'll start descending itself again. Only 15 miles, so we should be in range of being able to see the airport. There's a lovely city of Nantes. You can always see the bridges, but you can't see anything else. It's so random. got little random trees as well. Maybe it's like a lake or something back there. Then obviously the airport itself. I can see the little terminal buildings and all that. So now I think it's, approaching that time when we do need to start getting ready for landing, but I possibly need to turn itself a little bit to get ready to land, but obviously not. Does it not, does it this next? Oh great, it looks like we've had a slight, maybe a glitch there, or something, because it's suggesting that we turn, like, right before final, which this Airbus can do sometimes, and it can be annoying. I mean, the Airbus decides it's the best way of doing it, but it isn't always, and it can result in a rough landing, which is what happened last time I landed at Nantes, if you flash back. Okay, I'll just say establish. I'll just say. Oh yeah, LFRS TFC runway 08, not 08, sorry, 21 on final. Well, pretty much final. I'm not going to be bothering about. Put the flaps at one more.
Flaps 2.
That means this thing will slow itself down.
Flaps 3, full.
Flats can go full now. On that, medium water brakes, which you always have to do on this plane. And then that's it. So gear can go down as well. I know it likes to do the gear at its own time, but this is, I think, about the right time.
Autopilot off.
Because unfortunately this thing has actually got to a point now where it's well, actually let's take this auto throttle out as well, because I need to slow down descent quite quickly, because it's decided that it wanted to stay at 3,000 and not follow all the way down, which is a bit annoying.
2,500.
I'm trying to catch back up with that little pink dot.
Landing checklist.
Landing gear.
Down and locked, 3 greens.
Ground spoilers.
Checked and armed.
Auto brakes.
Medium.
Exterior lights.
On.
Go around altitude.
Set.
Landing memo.
Checked, no blue.
Checklist complete.
So there we go, ready. Need to start making that turn now, yeah. Make sure I follow that little green vertical line. Obviously the horizontal one's completely false because I'm following the pink rectangle. That's what I'm following, because that's the one that's actually part of the approach. So we are now ready to land, so put the throttles up a little bit there. Ready. Lovely, okay, we're ready. Yeah, there you go, first 500 feet.
400. 300. 100 above.
We are a little bit low at the moment, but I've put in a bit more throttle to try and get around that, which has
2
worked.
minimum.
Continue.
100.
You're happy to continue landing now, lovely.
70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Nice, right down on the touchdown, right on the touchdown zone. That reverses.
Reverse green.
Again, another bumpy runway, it appears. That was pretty, it felt really smooth, that. Right, idle throttle, flaps
Manual
going back
brakes.
down.
Brakes off.
That felt good, that felt like a good landing. What was that? It felt really smooth. Lovely, 175 FPM. That's lovely. That's a good one, actually. That's a really good landing. So vacate the runway here and then taxi to the stand. We're going to go with gate 2, I think. Alright, gate 3 then. Avia partner, I believe it was, that we were supposed to use. No, Elysia. Who aren't here. So I'm going to go ahead and use the GSX default choice, which is normally the accurate one for the airline. So, yeah, that's what we'll go with. And on the speed brakes there. Right, let's start to taxi in then. So gate 3, I don't know, gate 2 didn't exist on there for some reason, so we picked gate 3. So they're just doing all the preps after the flight, the crew are. The flight off the first officer. Okay, let's put the APU on for me, so that's lovely.
After landing checklist.
Exterior lights.
Checked.
Ground spoilers.
Checked retracted.
Engine mode selector.
Checked normal.
Flaps.
Checked retracted.
TCAS.
Checked standby. Checked.
APU.
On.
Checklist complete.
Okay, so there we go. Flight time, we've got smart car saying 57.5 minutes. The plane saying 59. It's a bit off. Right, and then I'll put in here Nantes traffic, runway 21 vacated. So when the other plane's going to get here then? The plane from Ibiza should be here in 20 minutes. So we might see it, we might not. It depends, I guess. So now it's just a case of taxiing towards the gates. Slowly. There's a little helipad there. We need to go at flying helicopters at some point. You can do that. Apparently it's a little bit of a joke in a flight sim. It's like a little bit harder to do and it's actually quite funny to do. So I still need to do some VFR flying. We'll do that at some point. Maybe. Because I was wondering what to do on Friday and I wasn't sure. Maybe we'll have a go at some VFR flying. We'll do it offline. Obviously makes more sense. With FSX default. Like ATC it'll have to be, because Pro ATC doesn't support VFR flying, so. But it'd be nice. I would like to do a bit of that flying. So right, so this is the gate here. It looks identical to the gate we had down in Lille. It honestly does. Never mind. I suppose Brandon, this is gate 3. On the chart it says it's gate 2. Because like all the gate layout is the same as it said on the charts. But here we are. So turning in, hopefully, providing the buildings a certain way away from the marshaller, we should be able to see him, and we can, which is nice. We can see his little movements. He's telling me to go left at the moment. Still left. And there you go, he's telling me to go directly forward now. Way off course. He's still telling me to go straight. Is he serious? Is he broken? He's still telling me to go straight. Mate, I'm supposed to go left now, right? No? No, you're not going to tell me to go left? Alright, I'll do it myself then. Is this guy bugged? I think he might be bugs because I'm way past the point where I need to stop. I'll just forget him. That'll be rubbish parking because of that. I don't know what that was about. Not actually, it was not bad parking, but you know, we'll just say it's that guy's fault because of he saw the master's direct. I should have been paying attention to the numbers. That wasn't a very good
Shot
parking.
set.
Are you serious?
Parking brakes
GSX.
released.
Engine
Oh whatever.
master.
Both off.
Seatbelt signs.
Set off.
Beacon lights.
Set off.
Exterior lights.
Set off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Set off.
Checklist complete.
Okay, lovely. Let's just go ahead and get this thing connected up to the ground power now. And get the APU off. Make sure everything else is off, like the packs and all that. Just not keep them on. And that's it, basically. That is a flight. So I can disconnect myself from Vatsim now. Cross off V-Pilot and all that as well. Cross off the charts. Stop the flight on V-Pilot. No, not V-Pilot, sorry, it's Smart Cars. That's been stopped. Let's have a look at the summary of the flight then. Did it go well? Hopefully, I'm hoping it did, obviously. I think it did.
Hi, hello, bye, thank you.
Bye, thank you for a wonderful flight.
So there it is. We've got 25 points for the landing and 10 points for ending shutdown. They obviously don't give out points then for starting engine 2 first. Like with V Ryanair, they give out points for engine 2 first. Maybe it's different. I don't know. But that's good. 175 is the landing rate. Very pleased with that. Very good landing, that one. Only 25 FPM off the perfect butter. So very happy about that.
Bye.
I'm definitely getting better at my landings, I'll say that. But my landings used to be awful, so.
Bye. Thank you. Bye, thank you.
So that's it there. Should all be ready once these guys disembark. I can cross off sim brief as well. So look at this wonderful plane. There you go. The recording is lagging now. GSX here. I think it's GSX that lags out the recording. If I move the camera slowly, you don't notice as much as it's lagging. You know what? Let's just end it there anyway. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching today's stream. I hope you really enjoyed it. Just getting everything off that needs to be off, I guess. Yeah, display capture can come off. Lovely. Okay. I hope you really enjoy your well, I really hope you enjoyed this stream today. We had 10 individual viewers, so pretty good actually. That's one of the highest for a stream, I've got to say that's pretty good. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed today's stream and that you have a nice rest of your day, I guess. I don't know. That just sounded really silly, didn't it? Oh, whatever. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. I've been mad chilly, and you've been people watching at home, I guess. I have no clue. We need to make that a thing, where I say something different than I guess at the end. I seem to do that quite often. We need to make that a thing. Maybe. I don't know. Don't care. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.